All right, we'll have you guys introduce yourself too. All right, we're live, boys. All right, welcome to anyone who's watching this live or on the replay. We'll let for a few seconds to start. But is that me on the background noise? Or
Yeah, we couldn't hear you.
oh, you can? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right, good. All right, so I'm just gonna send this out. I'm gonna tweet this out. I'm gonna
I'll put it. I got Instagram covered.
yeah, I'm gonna put it on my story too. And then
I'll put it up right now.
Discord as well. I'm gonna just screenshot it quick, and then I'm gonna hop on Instagram Live too for I gotta do a badge milestone for this week.
This is being streamed on your channel, right, Miles?
Yeah. How are sales for you guys today so far?
I haven't checked.
Sunday's usually the best day for me.
Oh,
Really?
I don't know why I've never.
Yeah.
I'm at 2,000 so far today.
500 right now.
All right, so I'm just gonna send this in general chat as well.
94 in the month. We're gonna hit 100 tomorrow, boys.
That's crazy.
Let's go. Let's go, boy. Let's go. All right, get some. All right, so yeah, we got Rodriguez in here, Matty Ice. Give it just a few more minutes while we get people in because we're just now pushing it out on socials. Bitcoin up to 36,000.
Everyone post for the Instagram story.
Yeah. Post that Instagram story, even just for like content purposes, even if you don't have swipe up. Yeah. So get that up. All right, I'm about to Instagram story this out. Cindy, how are you doing?
Bitcoin's not at 36. It turned to 39 in 10 minutes.
Sheesh.
It's at 39 now.
It went up 3K in the last 10 minutes.
Whoa. Boy, I posted a screenshot of my story.
My portfolio looks like this right now.
Yo, oh my god, dude, yeah.
Payday, let's go.
Oh man, that's a beautiful thing. All right, I'm just gonna get this swipe up. I'm gonna hop on Instagram Live then here as well. Cindy, good to see you. Let's see. I'm just seeing how that looks. All right, we got Cindy up there. We got my boy Rodriguez, new member of the group chat over on Instagram.
Yo, Rodriguez, is your name Tony? Because I don't know, he used to follow me on his personal account, and then he switched accounts.
Dude, he's a good kid, man. We're gonna get him on a live hopefully soon.
Yeah.
Hopefully he starts creating more content as well. But
He's insane.
I
I just checked out his TikTok today. I think that's the only place he posts stuff.
yeah, good dude. I'm on Instagram as well. But yeah, so we got a whole good lineup tonight. We got G over in Delaware from All Out Amazon, and then Kevin in the southeastern United States, and Warner in the south central, I guess, United States, representing a decent amount of the yeah, my name's Tony. All right, so yeah, Rodriguez's name is Tony. Good to know. Yeah, we'll definitely hopefully get him on a live stream. I wonder what ETH is at.
Bless you, thank you.
How much prepping you got left to do today, Garrett?
Probably a lot.
I'm not gonna finish, but that's the story.
Sure. Do you not hire people yet?
Nah, I'm trying.
Okay.
Actively trying. This is my
Yeah, Bitcoin at 39. Damn.
this is my channel yet to be prepped.
All right,
Jeez.
put it away. You're burning loops.
Bro, they're cardboard boxes. I don't know what you want from me.
some of my product in there.
Yo, I saw those 270s on those Converse. What's up?
Those Converse is actually those aren't even for Amazon. Ironic. Yeah. All right, so my Gemini portfolio is back over 3,000.
Is that crypto?
Oh, I don't have much Bitcoin in that though. That's mainly.
Mine's mostly Ethereum.
Yeah,
But they all kind of do the same thing right now.
Yeah, I mean, all right, yeah, we're obviously not here to talk about crypto, but shout out to anyone. Dude, Bitcoin's literally like a straight up line.
This is crazy.
Everyone on Twitter is talking about it. All right, okay. So plans for the week, anything specific going on? And obviously, if you're watching this, you have questions for any of us specifically, just blanket statements for the group. You guys let us know. If you haven't already, join the Amazon Launchpad. It's completely free Discord. Warner and I here have launched. We just passed 800 members today. Probably hit 1,000 within the next week. Definitely today, like this weekend was really good in terms of
it's been super fun to see, like, honestly, they're answering each other's questions. Like, we've got some really good.
We gotta get better with doing more Zoom calls. Like, I think tomorrow night we have to do on there, but we'll see what's up. So yeah, guys, let us know what questions you have to answer or you would like us to answer, and just fire away on them. But yeah, so plans for the week? Anything specifically for you guys, or just same as usual?
Business as usual.
Yeah,
business as usual.
Friday is in Miami, right? It's next Friday.
Yeah. So
that's next
a week from Saturday, I believe.
Yeah, so that's not even included. Oh, we got a hungry gamer. I'm going into my first year of college, and I'm about to send in my first shipment to Amazon. Any tips on how I can scale and stay focused while dorming in college? My goal.
That's a good question, and really good on you for taking initiative and getting started with it. I have done a lot of my, I only recently finished school. So, I mean, people are going to look at you weird for, working on stuff on your own. That could be, in this case, it's definitely like a good sign that, you're taking action and everything. But just in terms of staying focused, like there's going to be conflicts of schedule probably. You just have to really consider what's important to you and what you ultimately want to get out of on Amazon. If that's you want to build a huge business, then you're going to seriously want to make sacrifices. If that's you want to make $500 to $1,000 profit a month, which is still amazing, it's going to take a lot less time, and you'll just have to audit what really works for you and what you ultimately want to get out of it. And I mean, he or she are doing the exact same thing that I did. I started right when I started my first year of college. It's an awesome college side hustle. I had it sounds like they might be living in a dorm, which does make it harder. I had the advantage of having my parents' house not too far away. I made like $5,000 profit a few months out of the dorm. It is what you. Okay, yeah, that's sick.
Or so this is by no means any sort of personal plug, or use a prep center, right? You don't have to. That is in fact a personal plug. This stream is sponsored. No. I'm not saying mine. I'm not saying there's tens and tens of prep centers a lot better than mine that are available to receive your inventory, right? So, and in some cases, depending on what state you're in, it makes sense to use a prep center rather than receive it your own, because you may be even saving money from a personal or from a sales tax perspective. So I'm not gonna. Yeah. So it all depends on what you wanna do.
Sure. Yeah. Definitely. Any of you guys have jobs outside of Amazon? Garrett.
Yeah, Garrett does actually.
Yeah. So I work for a software company as my corporate job. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
I thought you quit that. I swear you posted on your stories and one day you were talking about like you quit or something. I'm not sure if that was you or if I was just not listening correctly.
That was Decade Investor, I think. Or that was someone in unemployment posted about it, but yeah, not I quit yet. Maybe this week.
Also, this is a personal plug. Someone go sub to my channel and you'll be my 7,000th subscriber.
Oh,
I'm going away. Someone go do it. Someone go do it. Get me there.
Fields of Profit. I might have linked it as well. I'm about to link it in the chat here.
Oh, I'm definitely not subbed to you, so I'm about to go do it right now.
Garrett's going to be 7,000.
Get the live reaction.
I need to pull up that sub count, for the gram, for the story.
Oh, someone beat me to it.
Oh.
Good work. Let's go.
7K.
Is that the first time you've ever hit 7K?
Yeah, I mean on YouTube, yeah.
I think like unfollows on like Instagram are a lot more sporadic. I think like unsubscribe like.
Oh yeah. Unsubs
that's
don't really happen.
So like on Instagram.
Yeah. Okay.
Follow and stuff a lot more. It says you're at 7K. All right. Okay. So now we actually are getting questions.
Got lots of questions.
Yeah. We're already getting a little behind.
I learned a lot from Discord. I started today with I ordered one product, but not sure if it will sell. How can I figure out how many units per without buying Jungle Scout? So
there's a free version of Jungle Scout you can use. You'll take the average sales rank, go to junglescout.com/estimator, and type in the average 30-day sales rank. It'll tell you what it's selling every month. You can also, if it's a slower keeper graph, you can count the sales on the keeper graph, but typically you'll be wanting to sell products to sell faster than that.
Yeah. And then, that only needs to happen for the first couple months, because once you get through that first onboarding session of that product, you'll have personal data. You'll have business data that can verify and validate how much you need to order, right? So what Warner was talking about is just for planning purposes, just so you're not hundreds off. Like, we're just trying to be within tens of units to order products, so we're not completely out of stock. As long as we're not hundreds of units off, that's a good sign, because we'll have real-time data in a couple months to validate those decisions.
Yeah, I only recently started using Keepa, like for real. So, I'm still trying to learn to read all the graphs and stuff. So,
Keepa will lead you to the promised land.
It will make you a lot of money.
Hopefully.
I pack boxes all day. A prep center would be nice. Yeah, I don't know anyone that runs a prep center, unfortunately. I just cleaned out my storage unit with a lot of random electronic manuals from the 19s and early 2000s, a couple of cassette players that I had no idea I had. So eBay listing this week to make Amazon OA funds. Yeah, that's too much forceful.
That's awesome.
Forceful. I like it.
Yeah. Those old cassette players and VHS players, I used to sell a whole bunch of those when I was thrifting a lot. So keep your eyes peeled for those. Yeah, if you get like a good like VHS DVD combo, those can go for like 150, 200 if you get the right one.
For faster turnover of inventory. So yeah, adjust your criteria to be have a lower sales rank. So maybe your threshold right now is 3% is your cutoff. You're not at sales rank below 3% that category. Maybe you adjust it to 1%. Maybe you adjust it to 0.5%. But as you grow your business, you can make those real-time decisions and adjustments based on analyzing the data that your business has given you.
This is really fun, dude. Having 4 people on here, like, this is amazing. I'm finding multiple links for IP alert. When I Google it, are there more than one? I would assume there are. In terms of like the IP complaint or IP alert, like there's probably only one.
Any of you guys have VAs? Yeah, so we do. We have a team of VAs. We have one supervising VA and then a team under her that handles a bunch of stuff, personal stuff as well, but mostly business.
Warner, do you have an IP alert affiliate?
I don't have a link.
All right. Well, for anyone watching the replay, assuming Warner does get one, you can go to ipalert.fieldsofprofit.com.
Stop.
You should have set up.
You're plugging things that don't exist, Miles.
if you're going to get IP alert right now, try Happy 15, Happy 20, or Happy 25. One of those will get you that dollar amount off of it. I forget which it is, but try all 3, and one of those 3 will yield that amount off.
That's what's up.
How much is it a month?
It's a lifetime. I got it for 50 lifetime with some code, but it's 100 retail.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
It'll save you with OA from a lot of headaches.
Mm-hmm.
How could I check sales tax? Google your state sales tax. What state are you in? Different states.
Yeah. Oh, it's my voice.
California.
Yeah, so you're getting crushed.
Speaking of VAs, yeah, Warner and I are hiring one to help out with the Discord a little bit.
I'm interviewing them in the morning, so we should have one to help out with the Discord.
How long has the Discord been up? Like a week?
A week as of noon. Noon yesterday. I think noon yesterday. Yeah, it was noon yesterday. Yeah.
That's insane.
We got that's good. Yeah, I assume a lot of people in the call right now are actually from the Discord.
What are we at right now?
Shout out to all you launch padders. We have 18 live viewers, which we are thankful for every single one.
So going back to the IP thing, if you don't have IP alert, there are ways to recognize IP potential products, right? So if you're looking at the bottom Keepa graph, that's going to show you the offer count. If you ever see an offer count graph for a particular product that is increasing, and then drops off, and then goes up, drops off, that is one indication that that product can potentially be of a brand that files IP complaint. That's a big one. Another one would be if you're a brand of a product, if that brand is also selling their product. That is another indication that that product potentially can yield IP complaints. Third one being there's just 1 or 2 sellers on the product. That's another indication.
Yeah, I would say if it's a consistent one or like a consistent one and like every now and then there's a spike, do not sell that product.
Yeah, that happened when I was sourcing bands. Actually, there was no sellers on the listing. There was like good sales ranks. So I was like, I just gotta get it. So
Vans, North Face, there's a bunch. Anything under NF Corp, I believe,
yeah.
The headquarters, they're all off limits.
Yeah, that was.
There's a free one if you just Google Amazon FBA IP or claim with.
That's cool.
Brand. I don't know if the buying it is.
I didn't know that existed. The perk of having the extension is that it integrates with the actual Amazon page you're already looking at without pressing any extra buttons. So it'll just show you a little check mark or a little X to let you know if you should be wary of that brand. But I didn't know about that resource. That's a great resource if you're trying to keep it lean at the very beginning.
Yeah, but I mean, in the grand scheme of your entire business, $100 is not going to make or break you. For the convenience of having that check mark that Warner was talking about, sign me up.
Yeah, $50, like that's nothing in this world. I tried to order 10 units from Walmart today, but kept throwing error. Lowered the quantity to 6, so let me check out charging for shipping. Yeah, so sometimes Walmart will have limits for what you can buy per item. So at that point, you just want to find another item you can buy from Walmart and then bundle them together, and then you'll get that $35 free shipping.
Game on.
Need to get on that OA game.
Yeah, I spent like $1,500 on Walmart today, trying to get some restocks in.
You know, actually, yeah, I did an OA order a couple days ago on Hibbit. Oh, my bad. On Hibbit, they were having like 50% off clearance. Like, it's crazy.
Miles claims Hibbit will ban you quick.
Yeah, yo, I mean, you gotta buy a lot. Like, you gotta buy a lot.
That's the thing. I had everybody messaging me like, they're gonna cancel your order, bro. I'm like, shoot. So, and then the order didn't get canceled. It was like 40 shoes or something.
Damn.
Miles was talking about he was going to ban the warehouse for Hibbit, and he never even ordered anything. So I mean, there's that.
Oh, I did. There's stuff on the way.
Oh, really?
Well, they might have canceled. I'll have to see. I'm checking my email now.
Question about books. When sending in a box of them, do they get redistributed after, or are they stored in one fulfillment center?
They did ship. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Nice.
Completely interrupted.
Canceling today.
Oh no, they canceled it. They canceled it. Dude, they have the audacity to send me
Come on.
Dude, they even send me like a how are you liking your order, and then like then canceled it.
Got him.
They did give me a 15% off code though, so anyone who isn't banned on Hibbit, you can hit my line for that, I guess.
To answer your question, Nick, anytime you send in anything to an FBA warehouse, it'll typically, some of it will stay at that fulfillment center and it'll become available, but a good amount of it will be distributed among other fulfillment centers so that your products can get sent out to more customers. And you're able to track when individual units are available for sale and when they're kind of transferred between fulfillment centers in the actual SKU page on your Seller Central account. Mark was asking, do you guys run ads on your products?
Yeah, some of the wholesale ones, yes, for sure. PPC, so you pay per click. And there's different campaigns and like all sorts of strategies you can execute when talking about PPC, but for a lot of the longer term products, yeah, for sure, it definitely makes sense.
Yeah, I run what's called a dime bid on all of my wholesale products. And that just catches any keywords that aren't getting bidded on properly, and then you get basically free clicks to convert sales there. And then also, if you're willing to work with them, get enough margin to actually do real PPC. Usually, your margins are a little too thin to do that in wholesale. Garrett might have some roided up wholesalers, but typically you can't run like a true $150 $2 pay per click campaign.
Oh, dang.
How many sellers do you usually compete with?
So that's all relative based on the product, right? And I brought this up yesterday, right? So if we're talking about a product that sells 300 times a month, 30 sellers on that product may be doable, right? But if we're talking about a product that sells only 50 times a month, those same 30 sellers are not equal to the same 30 sellers on the other product, right? So it has to depend on the velocity. The way we go about it is we do a simple calculation, right? So we take Warner was talking about it, we take the total amount of sales that can be expected for the product divided by the competitive sellers, which is anywhere between like 1% and 5% we consider. And then so that's our number that we use as a threshold for making our decisions. We don't necessarily care about total sales or total sellers. We care about our piece of the pie.
Yep, well said.
Yeah.
I ran into a similar problem with Walmart, are the limits per order day, etc. I tried ordering a product the other day and only let me order 6 units. Again, so sometimes they will quantity limit you on Walmart.com. Just place another order. I have products like that. I placed the same $300 order 5 times earlier today, and there's no problems doing that. Sometimes you'll want to like do it space it out a little bit because they'll think you're a bot. But click. What's up?
No, I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
What?
Got the lag going on.
Oh, did I cut out?
Yeah.
I was just saying, click at a speed that a normal person would shop at. Don't click it like I know exactly what I want, and then that's when you'll get flagged and slow down a little bit.
Connecting clicks without necessarily moving anywhere else, or like that's.
Oh wow, didn't know that.
All right, boys. What's the best way to start on Amazon FBA selling individual products as a beginner? You want to get an Amazon seller account open as soon as possible. Go to your local thrift store and scan anything you see with a barcode. The majority of the stuff you'll see with the barcode are going to be in the used book section, and occasionally electronics, and watch a whole bunch of YouTube videos, of which we have a few awesome creators on here that post a lot of free value on as well. Don't buy a course. Don't invest thousands of dollars at the start.
Yep. We got a lot of questions for Garrett's fulfillment center. It looks like if you want to just run them real quick through the process, that might answer a lot of the questions.
Our goal is to answer questions, not necessarily talk about the prep center. Any of those questions, you can DM me on Instagram or Amazon. We could answer them there.
Shameless plug. Shameless.
I was just saying it's not the goal of what we're doing here.
No. But dude, in general though, for anyone who like wants to understand like the prep center process in general, if you want to run through it, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I think that is a good thing to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, the value overall of a prep center is to threefold, right? Obviously, take the burden off your hands so you can spend that time elsewhere. If you don't have the space to scale as much as you want, we take those products in. If you want to order pallets, you can't do that in your HOA, your apartment, etc. We can also take those in, right? And so us in particular, we have a threshold per shipment of 100 units, right? So under 100 units for that shipment, we are going to charge 99 cents. Over 100 units, we're going to charge 75 cents. We do a couple things to keep those costs down. To increase our efficiency, cut down on costs, which you probably see if you're looking at the details on the website. One being we have a minimum ASIN requirement of 18 units, right? So that is to ensure that we are sending all ASINs or all products of a particular ASIN to the same FBA center, right? That makes it more efficient for us, cuts down on box costs for us as well, hence why we can keep our overall costs lower. That's one of the big ones. That's one of the things that we get a lot of pushback for. That is on purpose. One last thing, depending on what state you are in, it's honestly cheaper to utilize a prep center to avoid paying that sales tax. California, particularly, you would actually, I think, make money depending on how much the product costs by sending to a prep center rather than paying the sales tax. And that is all I'll say.
Yeah, like my sales tax is 10% in Arkansas, so if I spend more than $10, I save money to send it to you, or I guess $7.50.
Save money and save time. So it's
right.
cheaper.
Yeah.
Win-win.
So hopefully that answers y'all's questions about the prep center process, because it is, it's something that's a little scary if you're just starting to work with other people, I guess.
And not even if it's mine. There's others out there that are a lot better than mine that do the same thing, right? So have to everything out as a bot. How can I do this in college dorm? How were some of you doing it when? So
the nice thing is if you're doing mostly FBA, you're not going to need to store individually. So that will scale regardless of where you're located. I don't recommend this for everyone, and you need a roommate you really like who's down with the mission. Dude, I had like 2.
Now we got Miles lagging out too.
Yeah.
Miles lagging.
Let's see if he comes back. We might drop him.
If he's a host, is the whole thing.
Like, but I.
You're good.
Y'all need an Ethernet cable.
I do. I don't know why mine's weird.
Analytics right now, and it's just not.
So we trust that you said a whole lot of value in that.
Yeah.
How do you guys suggest I strike a real wholesale deal? Come to Vegas August 21st to the 25th. Meet some suppliers in person, and you will get a wholesale deal. Oh, he go.
Lord.
There we go.
No, but I mean, on a real note, couple things. Obviously, meeting in person, we always talk about it, is going to be the most. You will increase your odds for success, right? You put yourself out there, you put yourself in person, develop the in-person connection, which is stronger than either over the phone or on an email. So that's going to give you your best chance of success, and that's going to be your best success rate, right? Apart from that, then it's just a numbers game, right? Then it's just how many are you calling, how many are you emailing. The numbers that we've seen are typically about, if you call 100 suppliers, about 10 of them will give you the account, and out of those 10, about 1 will be profitable. So if you're having if you're having issues and you're getting frustrated with not setting up an account, I would probably counter with the fact that you're not calling enough, right? It's a numbers game. You got to call hundreds and hundreds and hundreds to set up tens and tens and tens of accounts to then be left with a couple profitable wholesale accounts, which will last you not just today and tomorrow and a couple weeks. They theoretically will last you months and months and months. So there is the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah. So, I mean, so the process of like emailing and phone calling, like I'm sure a lot of people that makes sense. Like even for myself, like when you go to ASD or a trade show, like what's your pitch? Like talk to me, like, because I'm trying to figure that out right now. Did you hear what I said?
Oh, I thought you were talking. That's my bad. I was spacing out.
This dude This dude on Twitter said I peaked. It was like a screenshot of like Bitcoin up 15 and like 15%, and he just said I peaked.
That's why you liked out. Bitcoin's going too crazy.
So it looks like he has a similar question to what I said. So like, what's your approach when you're going up to like a vendor at ASD or a trade show?
So the first step is to have a polo that says all out Amazon. The second step is
make sure it's Nike polo too.
Of course, yeah.
So, I mean, our first so couple things, right? We can get the elephant out of the room that they want to sell. They are there to sell their products. If we're talking about vendor shows, they are going with a mission to sell their products, build relationships, and strike deals, right? So that's given. So when we approach a new stand, we first just talk to them as people, right? Develop a connection, see if you can find a common ground, something to build off of. Do they like the Yankees? Something to go off of to break the ice, to make that communication more comfortable, something that you can then build off of and transition to business, right? So that is our first approach. We're just talking to them like some sort of icebreaker. You could use the same one for every stand. It doesn't matter. Just something to get the conversation flowing, make it comfortable for both of you guys, and get the ball rolling, right? If you walk up to them and be like, hey, can I buy this? They're probably going to be like, no, right? So be comfortable, be approachable, be personable with these individuals, because that's what they're doing. They're not looking to just have a one-off deal. They want to build a relationship. So with that being said, our approach is we are upfront, obviously, with the fact that we are Amazon business owners, right? Some people hold that to the end of the conversation. We are not, right? My perspective is I'm not going to spend 10, 15, 20 minutes talking to someone to find out at the very end that they don't work with Amazon business owners, right? So we're putting it up front. We sell on Amazon. We're interested in potentially working with you. How can we make that happen? We have already done our due diligence with all the people that we're going to talk to at ASD. So we go there knowing who we're going to talk to. We have a database we're already working on. We've been working on it for weeks, and we have pinpointed the stands that we're going to go up to, and we have products at each of the stands that we're already interested in, right? So do your research before you approach the stand, so you come across as knowledgeable of the situation, And that also just gives you a step up on other people who haven't done that same research, right? So approach them with some sort of knowledge base of who they are, what they do, what they offer, what kind of products they have, and that'll also give you a step up.
Nice. That's super useful. I've been looking into going to ASD, so I guess I need to start looking at the
all the information
the
is
list.
public.
Yeah.
The suppliers are already up. Catalogs you can get catalogs now. I mean, all the information's there. It's just a matter of if you want to look into that and do your due diligence, do your research beforehand.
Sure. So are you just like Amazoning brand names and stuff and being like, oh, they got this product we're interested in and going from there?
Yeah, essentially. I mean, depending on the supplier, some of them actually give you catalogs beforehand, right? And then we go looking at a product or interested in a product, and then we go essentially working on a discount. That is our main goal of going there.
That's awesome. Yeah.
You gotta have the pen too, of course. That's a no-brainer. That always helps.
Yeah,
increases credibility.
Yeah. Beeflix TV had a question like that we didn't answer before. So it's a shoe question. Let me find it real quick. He asked, would you guys suggest shipping the shoes yourself or sending them in to FBA?
Yeah, I mean, most people are full on FBA. I merchant fulfill a lot than most people. Just because stuff's been taking a long time to check in, and that's only going to get worse the next few months, at least shoe-wise. And with shoes, because you're investing a lot more in each unit, like, you know, with other types of shipments, they can check in 10 out of 20, and you can get your money back quicker, FBA. That makes sense. But I do a lot more merchant fulfill, just like handle my own supply chain and stuff like that.
Yeah, I usually do only FBA, just because, like you said, sometimes you know you can invest a lot into the shoe. Like I only invest a certain amount into like pairs because I'm sending into FBA. FBA customers can do whatever they want, and then sometimes you get back some messed up shoe boxes, and gotta send it back to me, and then I sell it back on eBay or try to return it. So it's just better FBA for me.
Yeah, I mean, so to add on to what Kevin was saying, in terms of we're talking about shoes specifically, I would suggest looking more into the FBA route for a couple of reasons, right? So with shoes, it's going to have a higher return rate than other categories. That's a fact. People buy shoes, either they don't fit properly, they don't how it looks on their feet, et cetera, et cetera. So people are going to return shoes more than other products. With that being said, they typically aren't going, and there's always going to be exceptions, right? But when people are trying on shoes, if they don't like them, they're typically going to throw them back into the box and send them back to Amazon. When that is the case, Amazon relists, resells, and you don't see that return, right? It sells just as if it did the first time, and it's still game on. With merchant fulfilled, however, that same process you get involved in, right? You get that shoe back. Sometimes the customer is annoying or the customer is difficult, and you have to then pay for shipping, right? So that's another headache that could potentially be avoided if you FBA'd from the start.
Yeah, we've got a good question for Miles, especially since you cut out. They said, I'm in college as well. Did you say no storage is needed when you're in a college dorm?
Well, not necessarily no storage, but if you're FBAing stuff, you're not going to need individual products stored. You just need like your boxes, supplies, printer, and stuff like that. But if you are like merch fulfilling or reselling on eBay or stuff like that, you are going to need a lot more space.
So were you getting your deliveries like to the dorm?
I was actually doing a lot of in-store, like buying stuff.
Okay. So you're doing a lot of RA and then shipping it out.
Yeah, that was like 2-3. That was
sure.
like
Yeah. Young hustling Miles.
Yeah. Little profit plug hopped in the Instagram live. Shout out to Angelo.
Hey,
Angelo.
What's the event called, brother? Best advice yet. The one that I'm referring to is called ASD Las Vegas. ASD is a mobile show. They host different events in different parts of the country. We went to Orlando a couple months back. Very much success. We have, I think, 2 or 3 brands that we're purchasing from directly that were met from that show. So the proof is in the pudding. It works. You just have to show up, be there, do something that other people won't. But this one is ASD Las Vegas.
All right, peep this. Kay says, if you check ASD website, there's a directory that shows all vendors. They've added an icon that looks like a PC that designates vendors that work with e-commerce sellers.
Ooh.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah, I'll have to give that a peek.
How many vendors are there, G?
I think 4,000 or 5,000.
Holy.
Oh my goodness.
How many of them are going to be CBD vendors?
Probably 67%.
Yo, what is up with that? Like, I don't understand. Like,
I think like they're just looking for a lot of like brick and mortar. Like I assume, I don't know. It feels like every town is a CBD shop.
I will say though, don't completely discount all those brands. And
all right, we're
okay.
Garrett, are you trying to start a dispensary in your warehouse? Is that what's going on here?
Using it for recovery or something?
All right.
I'm
Okay.
just saying there has been worse ideas that have come across.
All right. Rodriguez says, "Can I ask how you guys found out about selling on Amazon?" Kevin, you start.
I first got introduced to Amazon through like 2 years ago through private labeling courses and ads. And then I wanted to do that. I was gonna invest into a course. Luckily, I didn't. And later, I got into reselling, and then like just off eBay, and then I went back to Amazon. After I joined the Selling Fastlane, Carter, during the holiday season of like last year. I was doing a lot of merchant fulfilled, and that's how I got, basically introduced. And, when I wanted to go seriously into Amazon is when all that happened. But yeah, that's how I got introduced.
Garrett?
I got introduced through Instagram. I don't know who specifically. Weezy was up there. Miles was also up there. Just seeing other people documenting, doing what we're all doing now, got me interested. I jumped off a cliff, and the rest is history.
Yeah, so I started with eBay dropshipping, quickly realized that didn't work, and then watched, it was like a Reezy or a Rake and Profit video on selling books, and went from there.
Where's the angle in terms of it? Miles, what about you, dog?
What's the end goal? Yeah.
No. You answer your own question.
So I was reselling shoes for a while, like since like 2015, but not like seriously till like 2018. I just somehow got hit with the rabbit hole and just found people talking about Amazon too. And then just like kind of went from there, took action on it like a year later. It eventually clicked like 6 months ago. And here we are. All right, long-term goals in terms of selling on Amazon. Kevin, you could start out with that as well.
Long-term goals. Well, looking at, a whole lot of people, mainly Garrett, other big sellers. For everybody, I believe wholesale is the goal, getting a warehouse or, sending stuff into a prep center and stuff. I'm still looking into that if I really want to do that. But end goal is, like wholesale and, I think that's about it. And going on YouTube. But for Amazon, we're talking about Amazon, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say the end goal is to have a wholesale warehouse as well as some private label brands. Some brands that you can control and take off of Amazon eventually.
My goal is to just cash flow and build wealth like through it, honestly. Like I could care less about having the biggest business in the world. I want big portfolios. Just got a sale on Guild actually.
MMA Daily is asking, where do you source your inventory mostly?
I do mostly exclusively online arbitrage. So like the big retail sites you can think of, and then some small niche ones as well.
Sure. Yeah. I would say probably 30% of my business is wholesale. Outside of that, there's a little bit of textbooks and stuff, but most of the rest of it is like Walmart.com, Vitacost, Walgreens, just some boring grocery and beauty sourcing websites.
Sure. Would be considered a retailer. Flicks. Give me the options. I don't remember how we classified. We signed up a long time ago. So if you give me the options in the comments, I'll tell you which one to pick. I think there's a better option other than retailer. But just give me the options.
Yeah. Sorry. Answering where we source. I didn't answer. I'm not like most of these guys. Like you guys do OA and stuff. I only do retail arbitrage. So I go to like the outlets, Adidas, Converse. And I saw shoes. Yeah, Ross, Marshalls, and I saw clothing and shoes from there. And yeah, documented on YouTube as well. So
and of course, the polls, the best part.
Yeah,
cop or drop, boy. I need me a shirt that says cop or drop.
Liz on Instagram says, for wholesale, how do you decide what to reorder? I mean, just like what sells. Like it's just selling through and it's selling profitably. And then how much you want to go in like the Jungle Scout sales estimator and estimate the sales for that item. You can type in the sales rank and category, figure that out, see how many sellers are competitive on that price, and then make your decisions on how many you think you'll get off the way that buy box rotates.
Looks like they dropped the options down in the comments.
Yeah, so retailer. I thought there was a better option, but retailer for sure.
You suggest retailer over e-tailer?
Is this for signing up for an Amazon account?
No, it's on your badge. So that when you sign up for ASD, they print you out a badge, and it's on your neck, and it's essentially how you're notified. Industry service provider, other professional. Yeah, definitely retailer. Can you do a 10 with? Can you do 10 million annual with wholesale? You can do a lot more than that with wholesale. It's just a matter of how big your systems are, how much capital you develop, and how much you scale. But the opportunities are endless. There's companies that are doing multi-millions per month for sure. Yeah, but B-Flex, let us know if you end up coming to Vegas. Message us on Instagram. We'll meet up for sure. What do you guys do with inventory that didn't sell after marking them down? Pull, liquidate, or destroy? Warner, what were you going to say then?
I was just about to read the question.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. So personally, I would say if it didn't sell, then you'd want to reevaluate your buying decisions first of all. But then if you're just getting a return back and it just kind of looks a little beat up, usually you can sell it on eBay, get a little bit of that money back. But if not, just take the write-off on it, your cost of goods, and use whatever's left personally or just throw it away. I'm sure you guys do too, just have a random amount of things that, like certain soaps that like got returned and all that good stuff.
Yeah. For
got
sure.
random shoes.
Yep. Like I've got a case of body wash that was broken and I was going to return it and then they're like, don't return it. And so now I just have a broken case of body wash that I'm using. So
why aren't you returning it?
Because they gave me my money back.
Oh, that's chill. All right, shout out to whoever they is. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I just have a bunch of Yeti microphones.
Yo,
that's insane.
Yo, you need to give Miles one. You gotta give Miles one.
Oh yeah.
Our Kevin is going out tomorrow, if I remember.
Is it like one for like here or an actual like big mic?
It's an actual microphone.
It's a big one. I have like 6.
You can plug it in the computer.
Yeah.
It's a USB. Yeah.
Yeah, Garrett. Hopefully Tuesday if we link.
Miles, download Voice Meter with it. It'll make you sound way better.
What's that?
So you saying it doesn't sound good now?
No. I'm just mic quality. I use Voice Meter for like a $50 mic, and I think it sounds pretty decent. Download it. It's a program. It'll like you run your audio through it. It's like a virtual microphone of some kind. I don't know how it works.
I mean, yeah, your quality comes through really good.
All right, good here. Yeah.
For the inventory that didn't sell question, what's your timeline before marking them down or pulling them out of Amazon? When do y'all want to start?
Sure. So personally, if it sits for 1 to 2 weeks without selling, then you'd consider repricing it, try to just get that volume back. But if you're stuck with it for like a month to 2 months and it still isn't selling, then you want to cut to break even or lose a little bit of money. And then beyond that, you just try to get it out of the warehouse as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Fairly similar for me, I would say.
Yeah, a week to 2 weeks is definitely where we start to adjust our repricing strategy. Because cash is king, right? If it could be profitable, but if it's not selling, then it doesn't do anyone any good, right? So get that money back, invest it into something else, take the knowledge gained, and continue to grow.
For sure. What other business models have you had success with before?
Definitely, I mean, for, creating content and stuff, that's definitely a business model. Just like social media in general. I've like failed at a bunch of stuff, but Amazon's like, I'd be doing the other ones I've tried if they had worked, I would say. So pretty much like just Amazon and like content, I guess.
Yeah, and within Amazon, I would say if you're starting out with less capital, the used book and textbook grind definitely is a great way to build up capital because the ROIs in books are insane, and then you can move on to OA.
Building up in experience too.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, I mean, I would argue the knowledge gain is more powerful than the money that you would make.
I would say definitely.
You're making much cheaper mistakes is the major benefit.
Very
Yeah, I started with books too, but I honestly hated I hated sourcing because I only did it at Goodwill and stuff, so I had to be crouching down and like.
Yeah,
that's fair. I did that for a year before I moved on to other stuff.
Nah, I did that for like a couple months. I was like, nah, this ain't it. I got engaged and I was like, all right, let's do it. Couldn't do no more.
nah, for sure.
Oh yeah, but that was mainly because I had the capital and stuff, so that's another thing.
Right.
Yeah. And the time, right?
Yeah.
Time is huge.
So can I buy anything and start posting on Amazon to get it sold, or do I have to unlock certain categories? Yes, so there's kind of a feature called ungating, where you have to prove to Amazon that you are a legitimate seller, meaning that they want to see an invoice from an authorized wholesaler or distributor. You can use a distributor called Frontier Co-op that can get you ungated in a whole bunch of different categories, and then within categories, there's going to be certain brands that want you to have another ungating. But once you first get those, like grocery, beauty, all those major categories, you can sell a whole lot more stuff that way. I would say where the brand ungating really kicks you in the butt is in toys and apparel. Those other categories you'll have a lot more success in without those specific brand ungatings.
Well said.
Yeah. In grocery, this is just a question for me. Are there like particular brand ungates that are like good, or is it just like the whole category like straight?
There's really not that many brand gates. So like a couple that come to mind are like McCormick. That's one. Starbucks. That's another one.
Yeah.
Those are some of the bigger ones. But really, there aren't that many. Like I would say, it's definitely within like within 10% of the entire grocery are gated, which is
that makes sense.
And like toys, which is probably 70%.
Which is kind of funny that the selling things that people eat is like one of the easiest things to do.
Yeah, just make sure business insurance and like look into talk to a professional on that, because like
yes,
my brain automatically goes to like worst case scenarios with that kind of stuff. So with anything in terms of that, you want to talk to a professional.
Yeah. So the one thing to keep in mind when sourcing grocery is that in order to send it into FBA, well, two things. In order to send it into FBA, the expiration date has to be 6 months out, right? So if you're buying something like a big lot or something, like a large lot, not a big lot, the store. But anyway, so like the expiration date needs to be far in advance. So that's one. And the two, Amazon FBA has melting, like what's called like melting products, right? So they restrict you from sending in like chocolates during the summer because that product has to be able to withstand. I don't know the exact ranges, but they have different ranges.
It's pretty hot.
Yeah.
Which is like no chocolate and all that good stuff. There's an Excel sheet. If you Google like Amazon seller meltable list, there's gonna be an Excel sheet. You can control F your ASIN. Yeah. So you can control F the ASIN you're looking to sell and make sure that it's not meltable before you buy it if you're kind of on the fence.
Yeah, I think it's like March 30th or May 30th to like September 31st. It's around that time period where you can not send meltable. Outside that range, you're good to go. Obviously, in the winter, you're good to go.
All right, ladies and gents, we do have a celebrity in
the building.
The flipping account here, who hopefully we'll get on the stream with soon. Definitely, that'll be good to have him on. But yeah, great to see Justin in here.
For sure. Walmart clearance guy.
Yeah, everyone check out. I'll put him up on the screen again. Yeah, the flipping account, Justin. Got a great channel. I think he just passed 12,000 subscribers and probably right on the way
to like 100, like tomorrow.
1 mil on the way.
How can someone that just got the Amazon account open and doesn't have anything ungated start making money? What are sort of like startup products? Used electronics are good.
Books and used electronics are where you're going to have to start without ungating. I would highly recommend going to Frontier. You can ungate in categories for like $20 to $30.
Yeah.
With the right products, if you sell them, lose a little bit of money on them, it's gonna cost you like $20-$30 to unlock so much potential.
Yeah, that's true. Where's your revenue per month goal by the end of the year? What about you guys?
I don't have a per month goal, but by the end of the year, at least 200K in revenue.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm shooting for as far as like per month, but 300K by end of year is what I'm shooting for, and I'm pretty well on pace to get that. Do you break it down per month, Garrett? Are you trying to shoot for like 300K by end of year or something?
Yeah, so
Meteoric.
Ideally, we'd get to 200 a month.
Okay.
And the reason we do that is because I have a calculation that I made where we can reverse engineer our revenue per month based on and calculate how much we need to be spending. So that's huge.
Yep.
Break that down per month. So that's a controllable, right? So with Amazon, there's so many uncontrollables. Revenue is not controlled. Even though the best sourcing you can do, you don't control it. You can't control sales. You can't control all that. The single source that you can control is how much you spend on that profitable inventory that fits within your business model. So with that being said, we use that controllable factor to then dictate how we make the other stuff happen.
Yeah, that was a major light bulb moment for me when I figured that out, where it's like, okay, my cost of goods sold is about 50% of my revenue. So to do X amount of sales, like
did you get that from me?
No, I like one day I was like, wait a minute. So I was like, I don't know, I want to shoot for like 60K a month, which means I need to spend $1,000 a day. And since then I've been spending at least $1,000 a day. So if you want to break it down, like if you guys are watching, go back through your inventory lab or whatever, break down what your cost of goods sold is, and then from there you can figure out how much you need to spend to get to your goals.
Or go to Garrett's Instagram and find that calculation.
Yeah, I made a good video. I think it was a reel. But essentially how it works is you take the past 3 to 6 months. Don't take the last month because that's just a super small sample size. The past 3 or 6 months, you calculate your total revenue. You calculate your total buy cost to get that revenue. You create a proportion of the two, right? So you put your buy cost over your revenue. That will yield a percentage. It's going to be somewhere between like 45 and 60%. That is your metric. Then you can take any sort of revenue goal that you want, whether it's per month, per week, per month, per year, and you multiply that by your business criteria, which is that percentage that are outputted. And then that gives you the buy cost that you would need, and it relates that buy cost to revenue, right? So that's like reverse engineering the controllable in Amazon.
Yeah, that's cool cool that we both reverse engineered it like that. But I think that's a major nugget if you kind of think about it that way. It helps you kind of like, you're just kind of shooting for numbers without actually being able to put a number behind it if you're not thinking about it that way.
Right, and it just audits yourself, right? So if you have a goal of 50,000, well, one, it puts things into perspective. If you only have 15,000 of capital, well, you need to unlock somehow another 8,000, whether that be another credit card, whether that be a private investor, whatever the case may be. You need to unlock 8,000 in order to get that 50 to do so, right? But apart from that, as if you're going through the week, right, and you know you have to spend 2,000 per week or 2,000, whatever the case may be, and it's Wednesday and you've only spent 600, well, you need to go do some sourcing and buy some stuff because you have goals to meet and objectives to reach, right? So it's a self-auditing factor that allows you and kind of pushes you to continue to do the work that you need to do to then output the results that you want to output.
Yeah, for sure. So what percent of the items you sell were ungated? Pretty much like you're gonna, like I would say, like, I mean, 10% of my business is books right now. So the rest of that all requires an ungating. So the potential of going through that one little step is massive.
Yeah, I think all of the stuff I saw are like just Adidas, Nike, and just a big brand. So
mine are too, pretty much.
I'm waiting for my reseller certificate. Can you order from Frontier before you receive? I don't think they ask for your reseller certificate anymore, do they?
No, they don't. I don't have one.
So you don't need it to go ahead and get a couple categories unlocked.
I'm pretty sure you don't even need to spend that $10 lifetime fee. I'm not pretty sure. I'm like 95% sure you can order as a guest with that correct information in, and you'll still get it.
Yeah. You get 10% off on everything. So if you plan on spending more than 100, it breaks even. But like,
I didn't know that.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, your frontier orders are going to be a tiny percentage of what you end up doing with the ungatings. Where am I spending my money at? Online arbitrage or wholesale deals. I can't seem to spend money when I want to sometimes. Yeah, so at first the problem will be I can't figure out where to spend my money. And that's coming down to you just need to learn, just watch more YouTube, get more hands-on experience with sourcing and tactical arbitrage or call on those wholesale suppliers. And then eventually you'll be like, well, if I had another $50,000, I could spend it in a week. And so then you'll have the capital problem. So it sounds like right now you just need to really hit the ground running and just spend as much time as you possibly can learning how to source and sourcing, and then you'll be out of money fast.
Which is a good problem to have.
Yep, that's where I'm at. I could spend a whole lot of money if I had it unlocked right now.
Have you looked into options?
Amazon offered me 33 at 10%, and I'm considering it.
How much did the Chase Sapphire Preferred give you?
7,000.
I figured it would be right around that.
Yeah.
What business cards are you using?
MX Blue, and then I just got the gold MX too.
Ooh, problem solved. Yeah, problem solved.
Yeah.
Theoretically, like.
Yeah, so I like last week I unlocked like 12K in credit, but you still do have to have some cash to back that up. So.
True. Yeah.
It's eventually that money comes due.
Yeah, I mean, but theoretically, I mean, as long as you're not growing crazy, right? So you have a steady growth, that money is going to continue to flow into your business.
Right.
That's the benefit of having a consistent business, right? If you can count on the sales happening, and obviously the same sales happened last month, then no issue, right? The money coming in, the money going out, and it all works out.
And that's where those products that sell fast with those consistent ROIs really come in handy.
For sure.
Do you guys do do any FBM or all FBA? So Miles does a lot of FBM, but the rest of us are pretty much all FBA. Did you guys get an LLC before selling on Amazon?
Nope. Hold on.
I mean, very quickly after, but no.
Yeah, so you don't need it to start. It can kind of protect your personal assets if something goes wrong on Amazon, but you don't need it to start. I would recommend getting it fairly early, though, just to protect your personal assets.
Yeah, talk to a CPA, though.
Protect additional credit as well.
Yeah.
I don't even have an LLC yet, but I'm going to open. I'm going to do one.
Yeah, you should talk to an accountant.
I'm going to do one. Love it. How are sales for today? We're probably, as a group right now, we're probably over 15, 16.
I'm at 48.
I'm at 22.
Let me check. No, I'm still on 500. Yeah.
Is it hard to be in college and do all this selling?
Depends
on what priorities are.
Yeah.
But it's probably easier than it's ever going to be, at least for a while.
No responsibilities other than school. Once you get out of school, then you have bills, then you have people knocking on your door for money. It gets a lot harder once you get that diploma. I don't know who that was directed at. Are you a one-man army or do you have employees? Miles and Warner.
None of us have domestic employees.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like my sister works for me to prep, but like beyond that.
I'm looking to hire someone in Wilmington. So if you know someone in Wilmington who wants a job, I can help them out.
How many items do you guys normally send to FBA to test sales for a new item?
That's a very good question. Yeah. A few units typically, but I also deal with more expensive per units.
Yes. Yeah, so Miles would be sending in a couple because he's doing shoes and heavy or like expensive units. Personally, I do a lot of like grocery and beauty things that are, $5 to $15 buy cost. And most of my test buys are at least 18 units, but you can also kind of get a rough estimate of how many you're going to sell every month using Jungle Scout and then estimating the competitive sellers like we talked about. And then if it's like considerably higher than 18, I would usually stock for a week or two to get that a little bit of real sales data, and then I stock from with that data going forward.
All right. So we're coming up on an hour here, so we do have a few more questions to answer. But if you guys have any final questions, we can hop in. And one of these times we'll get on at like 8 p.m. or 7 and we'll grind out like a few hours because I think this is really valuable. I'm just a little tired for the end here tonight. Okay, how do you track all your spend on items for tax purposes? Inventory Lab. I mean, you got to do, obviously accounting what you paid and then get that into Inventory Lab, but that handles in terms of like your accounting, profit and loss. That kind of stuff is helpful for that. Obviously, that makes it easier to take to your CPA when you have professional help on stuff. Do you use any distributors for wholesale? Recommend using them or not using them? Warner and Garrett, that'll be your area of expertise.
I only work with brands right now. I'm working on the distributors end of things, but all my wholesale is brands.
We have some of each.
Yeah.
Which category is recommended for beginners? Topicals, toys, and grocery. Those are going to be the 3 with the lowest hanging fruits.
Well said. When did you realize that you can go Amazon full time?
When you have 6 months of sales of profit data, that eclipses your expenses.
That's a good metric there. And how many hours do you work? Yeah. I'd say like anything that's not shipping really doesn't really feel like work.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah. So I mean a lot, don't get me wrong, but like content doesn't really feel like work.
Yeah.
Like,
I think we all enjoy what we're doing, so it doesn't really matter. But like, I mean, yeah. I work at least like 60, 70 hours a week, but it's what I enjoy doing. So
yeah, it sounds crazy to say that, doesn't it? Like 60, 70 hours a week.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. It doesn't really feel like it, but
Yeah.
Recommend using what's better, Amazon full-time or a job with your college degree?
So it depends what you like. Like that's a question only you're going to be able to answer.
I mean, so it's not for everyone, right? So running your own business is not all glitz and glamour, right? Your day is
so like, toxically glamorized on social media.
Yes.
Really, it's nothing like what it's like on social
media. And so I have the perspective of both sides of the picture, right? So with a 9 to 5, your day ends at 5. You sign off for the day. No one bugs you. You do your thing. You enjoy your family. You do whatever you want to do, and that's that, right? When you have your own business, your mind never shuts off. Your business never stops, right? So your work day really never stops. I'm answering messages the entire day, right? I wake up. There's stressors. I go to sleep. There's stressors. I mean, everyone stresses about things, but it's a lot more magnified. Sorry, not masculine. Magnified when you run your own business because the buck stops with you, right? You can't put it off to someone else or put it off for tomorrow because you're going to wake up and have to deal with that same thing, right? There's no one else taking care of all the problems and all the issues that you would have encountered or that you would be able to benefit from a 9 to 5.
All right. I think we'll clear it up then. It looks like we are through every question here. Thanks to everyone who's watching. We really, really appreciate it. We hope we brought you some value tonight. Make sure to don't go follow Garrett on Instagram. Make sure to subscribe to Warner and Kevin's channels here. If both you guys want to leave a comment on this video after, so you like show in the comments, these guys will be linked down in the comments. And yeah, we appreciate it. You guys have a fantastic night. Make sure to join the free Discord down below, and we are out of here.
Have a good night.
See you guys.
Stay safe.